Alright, howdy y'all. Hope you're having a good day. As always, God bless America and President Trump. Today's video is coming to you from the Liberal Hive Mind channel. We're going to do it in high speed, and I've been looking for videos like this for a while now. Let's get straight into it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Okay, so there's been a whole lot of talk about Kamala Harris, and frankly, there's been a whole lot of pearl clutching as well, honestly, coming from both sides. Apparently, there's certain no-go zones. It's too scary to go there. It's too scary to say something like that. You might just hurt some independents' feelings. Is this really the route that we're taking? Let the left control the narratives, let them control what can and can't be said, what's politically acceptable and what isn't? Because I'm pretty sure the whole point of voting for Donald Trump, at least in the first place, was to stop that nonsense. Enough with the politically correct tiptoeing. How about if something's a fact, if something happened, if there's a clear, obvious concern, how about just identify it? How about just tell the truth? I don't know about you guys, but that's certainly my preference. Apparently, nobody's allowed to criticize Kamala Harris as a DEI hire because that's racist and you're attacking women or something. Really? But she's a DEI hire. Everybody knows it. Everybody's admitted it. The White House essentially admitted it. And apparently, you're not allowed to mention anything relating to Kamala Harris and her very interesting relationship with Willie Brown because that's offensive to women. How is that offensive to women? If anything, what Kamala Harris did to advance in her career, that's offensive to women because what's the message here? Attain power at any and all costs. It doesn't matter what you have to do to get there. Give me a break. I will not be shamed into silence by the manipulative left. Let's have a conversation about how Kamala Harris became Kamala Harris, the politician. Let's have a conversation about Willie Brown. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks. So apparently it's offensive to question Kamala Harris's competency. It's offensive to question why she is in the position that she is today. No, it's not. That is not offensive at all. People do it to Trump all the time. Oh, he's a Nepo baby. He got everything handed on a silver platter. That's okay, apparently. But when you say that Kamala Harris got where she is, based on this culture of affirmative action, yeah, that's a no-go. Or making the claim that Kamala Harris rose to prominence because she literally slept with the guy, yeah, apparently that's offensive too. Give me a break. Megyn Kelly did a piece on this recently. Honestly, I'm going to piggyback off Megyn Kelly because supposedly you're a misogynist if you mention this, but here's a woman mentioning the same thing. Kind of hurts their defensive argument a little bit. Take it away, Megyn.
Will not be shamed out of discussing this by people who say it's slut shaming or it's not relevant. It is relevant when a young
That's right. She probably shouldn't say it, but yeah, that's what it is. You're a slut whenever you sleep with a married man.
candidate tries to sleep her way into politics and into power. And that is what it appears Kamala Harris did when she was a young political aspirant in San Francisco, when she had an affair with a man 30 years older than she was. She was 29 to 30 and he was 60, Willie Brown, who was like the godfather of San Francisco politics and very well known. And sure enough, that relationship paid dividends for her in more ways than one.
That's right, Megyn. As you noted yesterday, it's completely fair game to talk about Willie Brown. It's how Kamala Harris went from a relatively unknown Alameda County prosecutor to the forefront of San Francisco social life and politics. Willie Brown was the most powerful politician in California when Kamala Harris started dating him. And he also gave her a number of positions. We're talking about $400,000 back in the 1990s. That's almost $800,000 in today's money. He appointed her to those positions that paid her lucratively. He gave her the keys to a BMW. And he went around the most powerful and most wealthy circles of San Francisco and California politics with Kamala Harris on his arm, opening up the doors to her professional and political future.
So it was back.
That's worse than a DEI hire. Like, that's literally worse. Like, she literally slept her way to the top. Period. Like, she slept with him, and he was a married man. So she slept with him, and then next thing you know, she's rich. Imagine that. Now she's running for president? Hell no.
Back when, again, she was 30 years old, he was at the time Democratic Speaker of the California State Assembly, quoting here from a Washington Examiner piece, which is very good. The position that he gave her on the California Medical Assistance Commission in 1994 paid at that time over $70,000 a year, which is about $120,000 in current money. And she served on the board until 1998, so about 4 years. That medical commission met twice a month. So for 2 meetings a month, she was getting the equivalent of $120,000. And you know why Democrats in San Francisco were mad about it? It wasn't because she wasn't qualified, which she wasn't. It was because those positions are supposed to be saved for only the most prized Democrats who Willie Brown really owed favors to, who did really, amazing things to keep Willie Brown in power. But instead, he gave one to his lover. He was, by the way, still married, though he was reportedly estranged from his wife for a long time. This was technically an extramarital relationship. And they were mad that he gave one of his choice.
So basically, that makes Kamala Harris a homewrecker. Sleeping with a married man, you're a homewrecker. Some of the worst people on this planet. They'll literally break up a marriage just to get
grifting positions, not to somebody who'd done a lot for Democratic politicians, but to Kamala Harris. And not just that, there was another one. He gave her a second position as well, which was basically the same kind of deal where he just gave her up an appointment. She reeked in tons of money and boom, Bob's your uncle. She was off to the races in Dem politics. And then Willie Brown is on record as saying, I also then helped her with her next big position, which was becoming San Francisco DA.
Those are the facts. Back in 1994, Brown appointed Kamala Harris to the California Unemployment Insurance Appeals Board, a position that at the time, back in the 1990s, paid her $97,000 annually. And this appointment was followed up the next year with another job appointment at the California Medical Assistance Commission. That's a job that paid her $72,000 a year. Both positions were part-time and didn't require any commitment, or at least much commitment. In other words, Kamala Harris was just walking into the most cushy, most privileged do-nothing jobs that you could imagine. Out of nowhere, she was a relative nobody. She then gets in a relationship with this Willie Brown fella, and all of a sudden, she's got it all. Let's add more context to that with this article from the New York Post. Kamala Harris's much older lover, that's Willie Brown, gave her a BMW and a salary-boosting job as she climbed Democrat Party ranks. She hooked up with this guy and got everything that she ever wanted. Yeah, seems a little bit suspect to me. Certainly raises a lot of...
So she must have been pretty good in bed for him to do all that for her. Literally. Got her clear up, just gave her jobs left and right. Wow. Wonder who else she had to sleep with to get to the top.
Questions, but apparently questions that you're not allowed to ask. Give me a frickin' break. These are the exact questions that we should be asking. Is she qualified for the job? Did she get there based on merit? The evidence certainly doesn't point in that direction. How do you go from Kamala Harris, the next heir to the Democrat Party, only to have your entire campaign tanked into oblivion in a 2-minute debate moment with Tulsi Gabbard? How do you go from the bottom of the barrel to then instantly getting picked vice?
Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard destroyed her in a debate. Destroyed her. Hopefully I might do that video here soon if I can find it. Yeah, this Kamala Harris is just flat out dumb. Dumb.
Presidential running mate. Obviously, it wasn't because of merit. It was due to skin color. Joe Biden said he was going to pick the first African-American vice president, and then he did so. Did Kamala Harris find herself in that position because of her skills? Did she earn her way there by performing admirably during the debate process? No. Obviously, it was an identity play, which of course they're continuing to openly admit. The whole shtick is vote for Kamala Harris or you ain't black. Obviously, that was the case, but you're racist if you even mention that 3-letter abbreviation DEI. So going back to the question, is she competent? Well, it's not exactly confidence inspiring when the whole idea is suggesting that you should vote for Kamala Harris because of the color of her skin, and that's the only thing to celebrate, that essentially she's the first person of particular X identity to serve in a role. Nobody's talking about accomplishments. It's just
like if you Democrats, if you would do any research at all, you would realize that the Democrats are literally the ones that funded the KKK. Like they started the KKK. Like that's who originally, like all the KKK members were Democrats. Like there's even pictures of Joe Biden with Robert Byrd. He was the Klan leader. And Joe Biden, there's pictures of him. He went and spoke at his funeral because they were such good friends. Like you people are just, you're lost. Like I don't understand the slightest little bit of research, and you can find out that you're voting for the people that are actually racist, and they're calling Trump racist because it's projection. They're the racist calling Trump a racist. Like if you do any research at all, Trump has literally donated millions to black-only colleges before he was even president. He was Mike Tyson's first promoter. Mike Tyson, the fighter, yes. He was the first person to give Mike Tyson a chance and promote him. And you can look that up. It's so simple. Like, Trump is the farthest politician you could get from being racist. The whole Democratic Party is racist.
Race. But if you criticize that, you're the racist. Make that make sense. And now, just following up on the idea of competence, how did Kamala Harris get to where she is today? What happened with Willie Brown? Was that whole situation ethical? I think that's a valid question. Donald Trump mentioned this the other day during his visit at the NABJ.
I suggested, Harris, that let's take one. I said, Joe and I will go and take a cognitive test. Now, I'd do it with her, too. I would do it with her also. You know what? She failed her law exam. She didn't pass her law exam, so maybe she wouldn't pass the cognitive test.
Mr. President, are you saying she wouldn't have passed? Just to be clear,
I'm just giving you the facts.
Kamala Harris becomes the top cop, the top prosecutor in one of America's biggest, most significant cities, but she failed the bar exam her first time? Like, yeah, I know that happens, but is that really the best and the brightest that manages to get to the very tippy top of an industry or of a field? I don't know. It raises a lot of questions and concerns for me, at least personally. This person, who's clearly incompetent.
We're not going to treat people who are undocumented cross borders criminal.
Abolish ICE. Yeah. Is that a position that you agree with?
We need to probably think about starting from scratch.
Say it loud. Say it clear.
Like on this border thing, like do people not remember 9/11? Terrorists snuck into our country, learned how to fly planes in our schools, and then crashed them into the Twin Towers. Like how many thousands of terrorists do you think come across the border and they're putting their plans together now? Like this is dumb. An open border is dumb, especially whenever so many countries hate us. Like literally, we taught them how to fly planes, and they crashed the planes into our own buildings. Like, what is these people are dumb. Joe Biden was dumb. And like I said, I do believe Barack Obama is the one pulling the strings behind the scenes, and he's going to be the one telling Kamala what to do the whole time because she's dumb. Having an open border is the dumbest thing we could have ever did. There's thousands of terrorists pouring into our country every day. And then they're literally putting their plans together now. So yeah, everybody should be wary because it's coming. Guaranteed it's coming. These terrorists are in our country. It's proven.
Here, everyone is welcome here.
Getting universal health care, Medicare for all the people who are in this country illegally.
I am opposed to any policy that would deny in our country any human being from access to public health, period.
Got to the very tippy top in the world of, I guess let's call it public law. It just doesn't make sense. And I don't think I'm a misogynist for suggesting that. I don't think I'm a racist for questioning, the practices here. It seems as though Kamala Harris just magically fails upward. She's never actually earned anything. She's never done anything of real significance and impact. But now everybody has to vote for her, or you're a misogynist or racist. Give me a frickin' break. The Willie Brown situation is clearly concerning. There's obviously substance behind the criticism. It's not just blind, extreme, radical attacks on her because she's a woman. And frankly, I'm sick of people suggesting that, especially Republicans. No, we can't do this. We can't say this. Then what are you supposed to say? Valid criticisms of the Democrat candidate now is apparently off limits? I don't know. If anything, this sort of drop in confidence and all the infighting that I'm seeing on the right, if anything, that's what's spelling demise. You guys are allowing the Democrats to totally control the conversation. You're allowing them to shame you into silence. You're allowing them to create all of this fake hype and rewriting history. You're feeding into it and then blaming the other people. Kamala Harris is a DEI hire. She is incompetent. It's very likely that she engaged in very unethical behaviors to get where she is today. And obviously that's a conversation people should be having. It's a massive concern that I don't think should be ignored. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you.
All right. Yeah, I don't understand how people can just vote on their feelings or their skin color. If you vote for somebody just because they're black, that makes you racist. You're racist against white people. Like anybody that talks about the color of someone's skin, like Kamala could be white, and I would be saying all the same shit I just said. Like if you judge people by the color of their skin, it doesn't matter if it's white, black, or yellow. It doesn't matter. If you judge someone by the color of their skin, you are a racist. All right, that's the end of my rant. If you like the video, like it. If you like it a lot and you want some more high-speed news, go ahead and subscribe. Till the next time, God bless you.